And now we're going to do the card pools and talk about the symbolism behind Libra that is shown in common tarot decks. Because why not? Because a lot of people don't know a lot about tarot, and when I tell them I'm a reader, they get really excited and they're like, can I get a reading? And I'm like, yeah. And they end up wanting to ask questions that are yes or no questions, like, am I gonna get married someday? Blah, blah, blah. Tarot is more like a therapy session or like a conversation with 2 people or 3 people or however many people you want to have in the room. I usually do one-on-one because I don't need too many energies being everywhere. That would mess up the energy of the cards and me pulling cards. But anyways, I just want to start highlighting and showing the symbolism that goes behind the cards and how that kind of transfers through readings. And hopefully you guys will be interested in readings, and if you are, please comment or send me an email at drewmorganlove@gmail.com. Currently doing $5 readings, and we'll talk about it in a different video. But right now we're just going to talk about the Libra card, and then we're going to do an energy reading for the end of Libra season. You won't want to miss it. It's going to be an animal spirit card, and they're like so deep. It's profound. I usually don't need to do a lot of readings with the animal spirit deck that often because the messages are so deep and profound. So I'm hoping we'll get some good messages. All right. To start, I'm just going to talk about my experience with tarot. So I've been reading since I was 18 and I am 22. So that's 4 years now. And I actually got encouraged to read by another tarot reader. She's actually a medium, Charla. She lives in Gettysburg, and she used to be at this store called Zen and Now in the square of Gettysburg, PA. And it had a lot of esoteric text, cards, crystals, healing materials, anything you could ever think of was there. And I stumbled upon it with my mom and sister one Father's Day. My brother and my father went to a cigar shop, and we decided to walk down the street, and this whole journey began. So that's crazy. But the first deck, well, I was receiving my reading from Charla one day, and I think I received 2 or 3 readings from her before the shop closed. Zen and Now is no longer there, but you can still get readings from Charla. I'll drop her Facebook information in the section below. But we were having an insightful reading, and she told me that I have a natural talent to feel other people's energies, and I remember her saying that I would be some type of spiritual teacher. At this point, I was in my freshman year of college as a journalism major, thinking I was going to be on broadcast news. No. But that wasn't my path. So I didn't really believe her at first, but she told me that I should at least like think about getting a deck of cards, because even if I just like played around with them myself and asked a few questions, I didn't have to do readings for anyone. It was just for my own enjoyment. So I was like, okay. After I think a month or 2, I was excited. I think it was right before Christmas. I purchased my first deck of cards, and I have them here. My first deck I got at the store, actually. It's called the Essential Tarot Book and Set. Did I get it at the store? I think I did. Yeah. Either that, I definitely got it at the store. So, at Zen and Now. So it comes with these cards. Here's some of them. And they all have different pictures and illustrations, and each deck is not the same, but this is one of the classic decks. It's actually called the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck, and here's the card that shows it if anyone wants to purchase. I recommend. This deck has brought me so much guidance, insight. It's helped my friends in relationships. It's helped me in relationships. Some of the hardest times in my life, this deck, okay, came through. So, I'm very grateful for my tarot journey. And I'm excited to share with y'all. And here, it was this little book that came with it that kind of helped me in the beginning. It shows you how to set up spreads and the different meanings of the cards and the suits and etc., etc. I don't know what accent that was, but I hope you enjoyed it. So, I want to talk about the card that represents Libra in the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck by Mary Hanson Roberts. Shout out Mary Hanson Roberts, okay? It's a bomb deck. And a lot of readers use it. So anyways, a lot of the different suits of the cards. So in other cards you have hearts, clubs, I don't know the other things, kings, queens, jacks. In this we have major arcana and minor arcana. And we also have different elements that are shown throughout the cards. So in this deck we have earth is represented by pentacles or coins. Water is represented by cups or water. Fire is represented by wands or rods. And air is represented by swords. So this is the Ace of Swords, and this is the typical card representative of air signs, representative of communication, Mercury. When this card would come up in a reading, this would mean that there will be some clarity coming through, some insight. Maybe you'll receive a message, maybe things will just become clear for you. Communication. As you see, the clouds are parting, so, you know, clarity. So I wanted to talk about that because the swords represent air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And Libra is represented by the Justice card. Hello. How are you? So the Justice card shows this regal queen, let's be honest, or judge. And she's holding her sword, and she's also holding, if you look closely, the Libra scale. Yes, indeed. She's weighing insight and balance and harmony. And she's the person, she is the major arcana of justice who brings forth judgment and clarity and justice to situations. It could apply to any area of your life if this card comes up. It could also mean that you're trying to balance out your life. It could also mean that you're going through some legal issues, or you're dealing with the legal system. So that is the card that represents Libra. And I also wanted to just read some of the, and my hand is shaking, so characteristics of this card. Because Libra's, this woman doesn't look too happy. I mean, she's weighing her options, you know? It's not about being happy. It's about fact or fiction. So I'm looking at my handy dandy notes here. And the Libra card represents and embodies truth, morals, fairness, and the rights of all human beings. So when this comes up, she means business. Boom. Now we just had the full moon in Aries, and Aries is represented by either the King of Wands, who would be holding one of these, or the Ace of Rods, which is like a fiery stick, inspiration, enlightenment. So that's what we're dealing with right now, balancing this creative, overly zealous, rushing, passionate energy. I think we can do it. I think we can channel this into something that is effective and efficient energy that could be put forth towards work, job, career, dreams, goals. So now I think we should get into the card pool